Oh, yeah, they've been wind and tire.
I'd like to call the Hopkinton Zoning Board of Review meeting to order. If we could all stand for a moment of silent meditation and salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Before we get too deep into things, I would like to make the board aware that Mike Geary has moved up to the big leagues. He was elected to the town council, and he handed in his letter of resignation as he can't serve on both positions. I'd like to thank him for 3 years and doing a good job with us. Appreciate it.
That went by so fast, Mike.
That did. But thank you. And he, I think you told us you're going to be our liaison. Yep. So that's terrific. So we have somebody that knows a little about what's going on here and can pass along some help and knowledge to the council. Also, I have 2 decisions that were ratified from last month, which were the La Chapelle hearing and the Hopkinton hearing. I'd like to, do you hand those to Tiana? Those are signed and sealed and delivered. And then we're going to move on to petition 1, which is determine completeness of an application and consider waivers, which is a petition for a dimensional variance filed by Courtney Cahill on behalf of herself with mailing address of 21 Yells Lane, Rockville, Rhode Island, 02873 for property owned by Courtney Cahill and Jermaine Gurr, located at 21 Yells Lane, Rockville, Rhode Island, 02873, and identified as Assessor Plat 16, Lot 11. It's in an RFR 80 zone and filed in accordance with Section 9 of Chapter 134 of the zoning ordinance of the town of Hopkinton as amended. The applicant, I believe, is present, and the board is we're gonna review your application, just make sure you have all the paperwork that we need, and if we have any questions, we'll give you a shout and you can clue us in, okay? Yep.
Dimensional checklist.
Yeah, you wanna start going through that?
All right. So I'm going to read through a checklist. You'll hear a lot of talking up here amongst us. We'll go from there. All right. We'll start with checklist item A. Looking for 3 copies of a site plan prepared by, signed, and stamped by a professional engineer or professional land surveyor at a scale of no less than 1 inch equals 40 feet. Clearly showing. We have a large plan here.
So we got that on there? Yeah.
Good. We need a name and address of the property owner on that. Looks good. Date, north arrow, graphic scale, lot, dimensions, and area.
Yep.
There. Plat and lot, zoning district, and setbacks.
Yep.
Okay. Existing and proposed structures and their relationship and distance from lot boundary lines.
Yep.
See, there's 2 separate plans, right? There's the original and then the proposed.
Actually, the old one's a septic plan.
Okay.
But it shows the septic system was put in 2009. Yeah, we'll get it.
Yep, I got that one. Okay. Existing and proposed parking areas and walkways.
Existing,
Existing driveway. Existing and proposed landscaping as it relates to the request. Nothing really going on much in the landscaping there. Just staying as is. Existing streets, 911 addresses, wells, and septic systems.
Yep.
Any peculiar site conditions or features?
Wind check.
Yeah, waterfront. Beautiful. I make a motion that checklist item A is complete.
Here's a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. To item B, 3 copies of a separate map indicating all property owners within 200 feet of the subject property and/or all those property owners and entities which require notice under section 45-24-53 of RIGL. Also depicting any zoning district boundaries and use of all neighboring properties. I still got to touch the
Yeah, it looks like we got a map.
list.
Let's grab the last page of the package.
Yep.
I'm gonna run down that list.
I'm gonna read through the names for you. You guys check them off.
Okay.
Looks like probably is the subject property here. It's map 16, lot 11. It's this is Cahill and Gurr. Then we have map 16, lot 14, which is Paul and Lauren Sunquist. And we have map 16, lot 21A, which is Lola Cola, irrevocable trust. We have map 16, lot 12, which is Brian and Robin Clavitt.
Okay. Can you bring property?
We have map 16, lot 10A, which is Leah and Poschik, Douglas Poschik. Some tough names on this one. Then we have map 16, lot 13, which is Henry Hilska Family Trust. And then map 16, lot 10B, which is Craig and Diane Stromberg. Well,
Like all of them, they. Okay. I make a motion that checklist item B is complete.
get a second. We got a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item C. A letter from a biologist indicating there are no freshwater wetlands or proximity of the site. I believe there's a waiver for this one.
Yeah, there's a waiver request to see. Is there a biologist letter in the packet?
They asked for a waiver.
They asked for a
I
waiver.
don't see a letter.
The proximity to the pond there, Dan, would you think they need one?
Well, it looks like he's tried to depict it on the plan. He's got 72 feet from the proposed deck to the edge of the pond, assuming there's no wetland associated with the pond. He's also got about 6 foot change in elevation from the house down to the pond, 314 down to 308. If you recall.
Yeah.
Looks like 322 with the deck. It's almost 12 feet by the time it gets to the addition.
Yeah.
They were usually looking
That's the
for,
existing deck. The proposed deck's on the other side.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
they're usually looking for about 100 feet from the,
Well, it would be a 50-foot setback. PM would take on it, assuming there's no wetland associated with the pond. It's just the edge of the pond, which he's got depicted.
what's the board's pleasure on that? You guys want to waive it, or would you recommend that she get verification from the biologist? I don't know a lot.
I'm familiar with it. I don't, not that familiar with it. I've done work across the street. I'm just not sure how defined that is or wetland is.
Yeah.
Tony, would you require that if you're going for building permit or?
Well, it's within that pond area. I would say yes.
So Tony's gonna ask for it down the road, and it seems like we're covering our bases by having at least a letter.
Kind of the way my gut feels is, I mean, just with the pond there, I think I'd feel better having it, just because I'm not having eyes on the lot and knowing if there's anything there.
Sure.
If he's gonna recommend it too, I mean, I think that's, would make it subject to getting a letter from the biologist.
Well, then shouldn't that really be prior to the meeting then?
We've,
Just want to have the meeting, so somebody, if a neighbor, brings it up. I don't know, I'm not sure how the neighbor's gonna be at this point. It doesn't, it would not be necessarily a permit from DEM, but it'd be a letter from biologist stating that the work that's being proposed is outside of DEM's jurisdiction.
right, we've had it presented at the night of the hearing before we start the hearing in the past, other things that haven't
Right.
been addressed, right? That's what I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
it just seems to me that what you, sounds like I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, what you're suggesting is you're not gonna grant this waiver, and you'd like to see a letter prior to
That's what I'm saying.
the public
Yeah.
hearing.
So we can move forward, so we'd like to see that the night of the hearing or before, actually get it in before so that we can have it in the packet. So. Right?
Do you need a motion or?
Yes, I would throw a motion out there on that one.
Yeah, what would you use when you did the design for that septic in 2009? Repeat that again. What did they use to address that in 2009?
Probably repair, Dan. I think it was a repair application, not an alteration. Repair means you pretty much stop once to put a sand filter, so they left the whole 9 yards. In fact, just got the edge of pond, there's no wetland flag shown on the plan at all, the pond. 2009. Yeah, it looks like you couldn't get the distance off your well either, right? Yeah.
So when they upgrade from a conventional system to a hybrid system like this, it's not considered, it's still considered a repair.
The application, I believe this was a repair application, so it's no increase in flow. So 2 bedrooms to 2 bedrooms, 3 to 3.
Okay.
And bottom line is we've got a failed septic system, which was the system failed one time?
Yeah.
They just want to see, they're not going to push the freshwater wetlands, they just want to see that septic system taken care of, because they know it's better than what's bleeding into the pond by not being failed.
I believe you were in the process of throwing a motion.
I'd make a motion that we technically denying the waiver, or just
Yeah. I mean, I think we're denying the waiver, requesting to have the biologist letter.
make a motion to deny the waiver request of item C, letter from a biologist, and would require a letter from a biologist prior to the public hearing.
Second, any discussion?
Dan?
You good, Dan?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we'll move on to, what are we on, the D now?
Yep, checklist item D is the location of existing septic system, where construction requires approval by RIDEM, and so, yeah, and we do have that brand new septic system in the plans and all details for that. I think we can make a motion that checklist item D is complete.
I think I just like my eyes are kind of real poor here, but is this a 3-bedroom septic or what's in the?
It's I don't remember. I thought it was larger.
I'm just curious to what's being proposed. Is that a bedroom? I'd say
Design flow,
Says
4 bedrooms.
proposed 4-bedroom on the
four
septic
bedroom.
system.
Okay. Four bedroom.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if they count the bedroom downstairs as a bedroom.
Well, I don't, excuse me, through the chair, I haven't seen like the final building plans,
Yeah,
so.
I don't know if they count, we have a room downstairs that, people use for food, I guess. I don't know if they can count it as a bedroom. But the plan is to have upstairs 3 full bedrooms.
No, I think the main thing was when this went in, it was a 4-bedroom septic design that went in. So,
Okay,
yeah, that's the crux of it.
Yeah, on the plan, like on the building, footprint, it even says existing 3-bedroom house, proposed 4-bedroom. The plan shows a 4 on there.
Yeah, there's 4 on here for design calculations.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading.
That's interesting. That's an alteration. Huh. That's Dan's question.
It looks like an enlargement.
Yeah. I think the motion, was it D around you or?
Yeah, D was the septic.
Complete.
And then I believe you already seconded.
I had a motion there. So in a second.
I'm sorry.
I
he so-
seconded. I seconded.
Sorry. So Joe made a motion, Dan seconded. Any more discussion on that? Fan number 2, you good? Right. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The last one is checklist item E. The separate site plan indicate existing and proposed topography at a 2-foot interval.
That is on,
That's here.
it's on the septic.
Actually, on the site section.
It's on the site plan as well, so
It's on both.
we're gonna motion on that.
I make a motion, checklist item E is complete.
Second, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So we can't move that the whole application, the pre-app checklist is complete because we got to get a C from you. We can, at the hearing, we'll have to move that as complete, and then we can move into the hearing, providing you get it to us, in a timely manner. Which
If you look through your records and you find that you had, when this septic went in 2009, there was a letter, even if it's an old letter, that would satisfy the board.
I'll look for it.
Be surprised if you didn't have one, huh?
I'd kind of be surprised. I was actually,
Yeah.
again, that's a good point. It went from 3 to 4. It's an alteration. Can't believe it didn't require freshwater wetlands permit back then.
Bet you got it somewhere.
I'm sure.
But there's no delineation on the pond. We normally have like A1, A2,
Right.
flags. I don't see that. Maybe, I'm
I
not
know
sure.
they have to do all kinds of,
Yeah.
don't have to come out and make all kinds of
Sure.
measurements.
Yeah.
Yeah, check at worst case, get a
We're
hold
not
of.
trying to see you spend more money. We just want to see it,
Yeah,
make sure we cover our
Yeah,
bases.
yeah.
I appreciate it. And I don't know if any of the people here work in the office, but really appreciate everyone's help. I could not have finished this application. If it wasn't for the people at the office that really helped support getting.
That's terrific to hear. Good job.
Thank you.
Tony's like,
Thank
okay.
Sherry tomorrow.
Yes, thanks, Sherry.
It was a lot of work. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, well, thank you for sharing that with us. It's nice to hear because usually we're getting shots thrown at us. But,
Machine gun.
yeah. So next meeting, we'll go into the formal hearing if we can, if we get clarity on the letter, and then we'll ask you some questions about the addition and go through some stuff. And hopefully all will be well.
Do we need to, do I need to formally, based on the process, do I need to formally put anything on the docket for the meeting, next meeting?
So we'll set an agenda for the next meeting. We're going to discuss that in a minute, and then you're also going to have to send out certified letters to your neighbors, to that abutters list. Get those back as soon as you can. Get them. They go to you. They get them back to Tiana. She'll be in the tax assessor's office. And
And we ran into this a couple of months ago. I know it's not the proper forum, but with being so close to that property line, Stromberg, are they in attendance or are they
Oh, yeah.
on board?
We're good friends. I talked to him before.
Even if
He
he couldn't,
also helped me with the process.
okay. Even if he couldn't be here, have a letter, send him a letter or something.
He said he was
yeah, if you, like Dan said, if you can get a letter just giving his good graces, because we had a previous one where they were literally right on the line.
Yeah.
And we got to get clarity from that neighbor to make sure there's no problems with you doing the work. Because you might have a little overflow of material or undermining, or who knows.
Yeah.
If they're good with it and we can get it in writing, or they want to come in and testify for you, let them have at it.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to
Okay.
Need a motion down or?
No, we can't really, we can't approve the the checklist in its entirety. So unless you want to move that it's subject to receiving C, you know, that it's complete other than C, you can do that. We've done that.
I'd rather motion that we close the discussion, and reopen it separately on the next meeting.
No, we're just gonna come back to C. We'll come back to C and then we'll approve the checklist.
If they get their letter and final letter, that would satisfy that item C and they could be heard.
Right, that's what I would say. So we open up, you know, as an agenda item, as a continuation of today's hearing. All right, for the sole purposes of accepting that letter, you can certifying it, closing it, application's complete, and then roll right into the hearing.
Does that sound like a motion?
That would be it.
Anyone want a second?
Second.
Any discussion on Dan, number two's discussion and his motion? No, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sounds good to me. You get all that, Tiana? Close. All right, we should be good to work on the certified letters and bring back the receipt copies of them, or any unclaimed letters. And sometimes people don't pick them up, but they gotta sit out there for what, a couple of weeks? I think they gotta sit out there for a couple of weeks before they get bounced back, the certified letters. Yeah. But, get on that sooner than later, just so we don't get delayed, because we do have to have them there.
Yeah, because I would the clerk to be all the to get them signed or to walk through and to yell like a little street with those or does it have to be certified?
Yeah. But if you're friendly with all of your neighbors, it wouldn't hurt to walk around and, well, do a verbal with them and say, hey, this is what I'm proposing. I am sending you a certified letter, because when some people see that and they get put back
Yeah.
on the heels, you might fire some people up where you didn't mean to. I don't know your neighbors, but I've seen it happen. They get a certified letter, they get a little anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you see that, and you got a sign for it, a lot of people run the other way. But, all right, we should be good. We'll set, we're gonna have some discussion here for a minute, and then we're gonna set a date for the next meeting, because we're falling into December on the next one, so I'm not sure if we're gonna hit the December meeting or if we're gonna get to January. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate all your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. Have a good night.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. All right, so,
You guys.
yes.
No, she put an addition.
So we've ratified our two decisions from last month. Could we also go through, could we approve the minute meetings from last month? And we have two transcripts which were tied to those meetings as well. Follow those?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna look at them?
I
You already read them?
Yeah, I read through them quickly. I make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from October 15th, 2020. And the two typed
We got a transcript for
transcripts.
Hopkinton and Lusha. So we got a motion,
Second,
any discussion?
just the three of us, right? Dan's.
I'm gonna abstain anyway. I didn't do that.
Okay. So moved. Approved. Yes, there's no more discussion.
Next subject.
Thank you. So then, I think that's it.
That says adjournment.
We want to do that? No. Okay, so,
Make a motion to adjourn?
all right. Second. Do you want to abstain from that one, Dan? Any discussion?
When do we vote on the chairman?
Because he always picks on it. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.